There's always that one villain who doesn't need to shout, doesn't need to scream, doesn't even need to raise a fist because his presence alone says it all. In Teen Titans, that villain is Slade. He's the shadow behind every plan, the voice behind every doubt, the hand pulling every string. So today, we're pulling back the mask and looking through Slade's entire story from start to finish, from his rise to his return. It's time to jump into the underworld and find out what makes this guy tick, so let's get into it. The first time we know Slade is behind an operation aimed at the Teen Titans is in the episode Final Exam. You know, the one where he hires Gizmo, Jinx, and Mammoth, the best that the Hive Academy has to offer. He gives them all the equipment they could ever dream of and sends them in headfirst to attack Titan's towers. At first, the evil super team looks like they're overpowering our heroes, but after a quick comeback, the Titans corner the trio and take them down. But all this time, Slade's been watching.
They were merely messengers, and the message has been received.
Who is Slade? Who is Slade? Who is Slade?
I know we're doing things in a different way, but did you guys know that episode 1 of the show is actually written as episode 3? So that's why we see Slade here. But in the next one we're going to cover, we only hear about him. The episode I'm talking about is called Divide and Conquer, and Slade hires and sends Cinderblock to bust Plasmus out of jail, a stunt that ends in the Titans splitting up. Basically, in the battle against Cinderblock, Robin and Cyborg mess up their normally solid Sonic Boom attack.
I got the Sonic if you got the Boom.
And it leads to an all-out argument where Cyborg leaves the team. It's crazy too, because this wasn't some coincidence thing from Slade. The entire reason he pulled the stunt was to test the Titans. And it looks like they've fallen at the first hurdle. With Plasmus out of jail and the Titans lower on numbers, Robin is cornered by the Brute. But luckily, Cyborg returns just in the nick of time to save his friend and rejoin the team. Notice though that Slade told Plasmus to target Robin because as fans of the show will know, Slade really has it in for Robin. The next time we see Slade, he takes his manipulation game to a whole new level. Instead of just hiring villains, he puts on a whole disguise to manipulate the usual heroes, Thunder and Lightning. Slade poses as an old mystical man and tells the brothers about the Dragon Medallion, and with it promises that it'll unlock their potential. But to unlock that potential, Slade kinda leaves out the big detail, that it unleashes a fire demon. The Titans are then soon into the mix, and they manage to topple the fire demon and bring Thunder and Lightning back to the good side. Slade still skulks in the shadows though and lunges for Robin, but a strike from Lightning not only saves Robin, but unmasks Slade. The evildoer then vanishes in a puff of smoke, leaving the Titans and Robin completely lost. In masks, the mystery surrounding Slade is too much for Robin to take, and his obsession claws its way into everything until he creates a new identity, Red X. A slick, masked anti-hero to infiltrate Slade's world and beat him at his own game. But the catch is Slade already knows. He plays along, lets Robin fall deeper into the illusion until the truth shatters everything and the team feels betrayed by not only their leader, but by their friend. The Apprentice two-parter takes it deeper and darker. Slade infects the Titans with microscopic probes wired to kill, and tells Robin the only way to save them is to obey and become his apprentice. Slade's mind games finally work, and to save his friends, Robin agrees. He turns on civilians, fights his own team, becomes the very thing he hates, and heats him alive until finally, in a final act of defiance, he injects himself with the same probes, finding his life to theirs, so if they die, he dies too. And just like that, Slade's control slips, and for the first time, his plan fails. The Titans destroy the device, the layer collapses, and Slade is buried in rubble. Maybe dead, maybe not. Well, considering the video isn't over yet, spoilers, he's not dead. We'll see Slade for most of season 2. But when he rears his head again, he's got a new apprentice by his side, Terra, a girl with the power to move mountains, but no trust in herself, and Slade sees her not as a threat, but a project. Someone to mold and manipulate. So he whispers, waits, and weaves doubt into her until she turns, joins him, and even infiltrates Titan Tower on his say-so. Things start to get pretty real when Beast Boy has a standoff with her. He tries to get through to Terra, hoping that the last drop of good in her will be able to begin fighting back, but instead it just pushes her away further as she tries to hold back to protect Beast Boy, giving him enough time to flee. Slade is one rude guy. He knew Beast Boy and Terra were a thing, and he made her do this? Well, he takes that to a whole new level in the Aftershock two-parter, because he makes her wear a suit that has been specifically designed by him, and the one thing he can control remotely. With this suit, Terra tears through the Titans, taking them all down one by one, helpless to her puppet master who's doing all the damage. But when she's pushed too far, the drop of good that Beast Boy saw in her comes to the surface, and she decides to use whatever power she can to take Slade down.
You can't control me anymore!
Slade's mountain layer goes nuclear, and he, along with Terra, is swallowed by molten lava. So is this the end? Nah, believe it or not, even from the grave, Slade is causing trouble. In the episode Haunted, the memory of Slade still plagues Robin. He appears in mirrors, shadows, even in his dreams. But the weird thing is, no one else is seeing him. He's just haunting Robin. Turns out earlier in the episode, Robin found Slade's old mask, and it was coated in the hallucinogenic compound set cleverly to activate once he died. So he is literally being haunted by the memory of Slade. Luckily though, Raven uses her powers to enter Robin's mind and erase the harmful memory ghost of Slade. So the Titans lived happily ever after? No chance. In the season 4 episode Birthmark, Slade is back, baby.
Ever have one of those days where you just feel happy to be alive?
I can hear you shouting at your screens right now. How? He was killed. We saw it. Well, I bet you didn't count on him being summoned by Raven's dad, did you? Trigon, Raven's father or full-time interdimensional daemon, brings Slade back from the dead. Why? Because Trigon wants to destroy the world. And before he can do that, he needs Raven to fulfill the prophecy of becoming his pathway to it. So to make her give him, he summons the Titan's strongest enemy. He picks up where he left off and easily breaks through Titan defenses, attacking with infernal power.
I will make sure of it. You're going to destroy the world, Raven.
And corners Raven with visions of the end until she gives in. And she does. Trigon steps through into our world and begins planning how to end it. But that's where things get really bad for Slade. Trigon never planned to keep him. Once Raven surrenders, Slade becomes useless and Trigon shows him what loyalty is worth to a demon. The fire that gave him life rips away his flesh, burning him down to the bone, leaving him laying half dead and discarded. But Slade doesn't quit. Instead, he steps up and he allies with the Titan.
I'm here to help.
We don't need your help.
Yes, you seem to have everything under control.
Not because he cares, not because he's changed, but because he wants revenge and he wants his body back. So he leads Robin into the underworld through fire and shadow, battling the demons that guard it and searching for what's left of Raven. And when they find her, she's just a little girl, now scared, hiding away with her powers fractured. Slade steps up though and pushes her forward to reclaim what's hers. Because let's face it, if anyone's gonna stop her dad, it's gonna be Raven. She uses Slade and her friends to boost herself back into the fighting mode, and she heads to fight her father. In a huge effort, she manages to defeat him and reset the world. But by doing so, she's restored Slade back to the land of the living, and as the Titan celebrates, they realize something. Slade's gone. Vanished like a fart in the wind. We get one more glimpse of him in the series finale, Things Change. Well, I say him. It's actually a robot double of his, but close enough. Basically, Beast Boy runs into another duplicate first, but this one is of Terra. She doesn't remember him though, and this breaks his heart, especially as he doesn't know if she's real or not. Which is a fair point, because after the Trigon thing, Slade was brought back from the dead. This is where the Robo Slade appears, and no, he doesn't try to kill Beast Boy. He actually tries to help him, telling him to let go of Terra, that she's moved on and so should he. But was it really Terra? Where's the real Slade? I guess we'll never know. Slade's story in Teen Titans is one of obsession, betrayal, control, but most importantly, evil. I think he's not just the Titans' most dangerous enemy, he's the one who understands them the most. I mean, really, he's just a bunch of therapy away from joining the team. That's what makes villains like him so good. They're not that far away from fighting on the side of good. I hope you enjoyed looking back through one of the coolest characters in cartoon history. Let me know down below what your favorite Slade episode is, and tell me which character you'd like me to do next. But for now, I'll see you all next time.